Hey y'all, Shayla from Making Lemonade from Lemons, and today I plan on making vegetable soup. It's gotten cooler outside, and so I love soup anytime. My husband won't eat it unless it's cold outside, so I've been really kind of missing it. So today we're going to make some homemade vegetable hamburger soup. And I know a lot of people use like chunks of beef or whatever. We use hamburger here, and that's why I said vegetable hamburger soup. It's really good. This is the recipe that my mom passed down to me. The only difference is that I'm going to be adding some of my home canned carrots, and so we're going to get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to add is my ground beef that's already been browned, and some frozen lima beans and some frozen peas, and then I'm going to add in my tomatoes. Oops. There's my frozen peas. These peas that I'm putting in are frozen. They are like black-eyed peas. They're purple hull pink-eyed peas, and that's what I use in mine. That's, like I said, this is a recipe that my mom has always used, so that's what I always use. Alright. So the next step is going to be adding our tomatoes and tomato sauce. So generally I would just use canned tomatoes, because that's what we always make. Just put in was just a jar of, this is a quart jar of tomatoes, but I'm going to use some of my homemade tomato sauce this year. So between that and the carrots, those are the only things that I'm going to add in that are different than what my mom adds in. Alright. Okay. Then I'm going to put in some water. Okay. Alright, and I may actually end up putting this in a bigger pot because I've got a lot more that's gonna go in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to turn this on, and I'm gonna turn it on medium heat. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to go ahead and let this heat up while I am peeling some potatoes. I do have some canned potatoes that I could put in, but since I have fresh potatoes, I'm going to use those. Okay, so it is almost heated through, and so now I'm going to add the corn and potatoes, and I did end up putting it in a bigger pot. Remember, I am feeding 3 hungry boys plus my husband and myself. So this will actually last us several days. If I want any kind of leftovers whatsoever, I have to fix a lot. Okay, and this is frozen corn that my mom and dad and I put in the freezer. Alright, so I'm going to let this boil and cook down the potatoes. I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. Okay, so it's been cooking for a little bit. I have added salt to it. I haven't added any pepper yet. I generally do that at the very end because if you cook pepper too long, it can actually cause some stomach upset for some people. So I generally add it in at the end. So the last thing that I have to do is add my carrots. I'm using a jar of carrots that I canned previously, so they didn't really need to cook, they just need to be heated through. And then once all the potatoes are done, which these potatoes have already cooked enough, the potatoes are done. So just have to make sure that all the vegetables are completely cooked. I need to check to make sure the peas and the lima beans are completely cooked. And then once that happens, then it'll be ready. Okay, so it's ready. And so I'm gonna go ahead and dip up some into a bowl and show you what it looks like. Alright, get some of that soup. Yep. Exactly. There we go. Alright, so you can tell that it's got lots of vegetables. It's got, you know, little bits of hamburger throughout. It's really good on a cold day. Okay, so we are going to pair it with crackers. You can pair the soup with anything that you like, a cheese sandwich or some crusty bread. That would be really delicious too. But anyways, thank you guys so much for spending time with us today, and we'll see you soon.